Hey guys, welcome back to another Zen-Tek video. In this video, we're going to cover how to spray a sink, along with a few different ways you can approach spraying a unit like this one. The sink we're working on today is one of the more difficult situations a refinisher may come across. There are a few different things that make this sink particularly challenging. First, we have a large faucet that extends to the center of the sink. We also have a fairly deep bowl at roughly 18 inches deep. And finally, the sink is positioned very close to the wall on one side. So let's start with the base primer coat. The goal here is to build up a nice, even layer of primer and achieve proper film thickness. Depending on the situation, there are a few different places where you can start. You could begin with the front corners, or you can start by spot priming some of the more difficult to reach places, such as around the faucet and alongside the closest wall. When spot priming, there isn't necessarily a specific order you need to follow. However, it definitely helps to use a consistent pattern. That way you can keep track of the areas you've already covered, especially when you're making more than one pass. From there, we'll cover the bottom of the sink and work our way up the sides. Finally, we'll make our way around the ledges and hit any areas we may have missed during the first pass. And that's it! The first layer is complete. From here, you could repeat the same process for each additional coating pass. Now let's go over a few important things to keep in mind before and during spraying to give yourself the best chance of a good result. A lot of these things may seem simple, but most of them are overlooked. Remember, creating good habits will help reduce mistakes, not create more of them. First consideration would be motion and trigger control. As you can see, the technician is starting and stopping the gun at specific points. He's not holding the trigger and simply moving from one wall to the next. Continuous or sloppy trigger control can lead to inconsistencies and mistakes. Take your time and create an easy to follow path, that way it's easy to repeat consistently. Another important fundamental is having a consistent spray pattern or routine that you can easily follow and remember. This helps you keep track of where you've already sprayed and prevents you from accidentally hitting the same area twice during a single pass. For this sink, we're going to show you two different approaches. Option 1 is the path we actually followed because of the specific circumstances we're working with. The larger faucet, the tighter working area, even the depth of the bowl. Option 2 is the ideal path that we would recommend practicing and becoming comfortable with. Next is situational applications. Depending on the unit you're working on, there may be some areas where you need to spot prime to make sure you have adequate coverage. Doing this ahead of time can make your final pass much smoother and more consistent. It's a simple way to minimize mistakes and make sure those difficult areas are properly covered. And finally, let's talk about bounce back. Although bounce back sometimes is unavoidable, it's always a good idea to avoid spraying directly towards an area you've already coated during a previous pass. For example, in this clip, the technician is spraying the edge of the ledge, but the top portion of the spray pattern is being thrown back towards the center of the sink. Situations like this can contribute to additional dust or even orange peel. The goal is to minimize how much of that material is being thrown back onto the surrounding surfaces. So whenever possible, try to pull the spray gun pattern towards yourself or direct it downward towards the surface. And here's the final result of the project. In total, we applied 4 layers of coating. We started with 1 layer of primer, followed by 2 color coats, and finished with 1 clear coat. The reason we applied this many layers to the surface was because of the environment that the sink is in. This particular sink is going to be used heavily every day, along with constant cleaning and exposure to chemicals and surfactants. Because of that, we felt it was worth applying additional material to maximize the longevity of the finish and help it hold up for years to come. Now, this amount of material would be considered overkill for most residential applications. However, it's something you should consider when working with commercial properties. And that's it for this project. Hopefully this video gave you a better understanding on how to approach spraying a difficult sink, more importantly how to develop a consistent routine that you can use on different types of units. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next Zen-Tek video.